Alright, this is Ross Raven, aka Nevershortle, and in this one we're going to do an educational Warwick video, how to play him, how to do shit, you know, just generally explain everything that's going on. I'm gonna first start off saying that we're gonna be playing the game. It's a blind pick game, so just so that I can lay back a little bit. And first thing I want to say is my runes, it's just an op.gg recommended rune page. You can just look it up. I run Water Walking and Celerity Secondary, and I run the standard Prestige Cank, Coupe de Grace, Legends, and Alacrity. I think I missed one of them there, but it's just like the standard runes, right? Like you can just look them up. I'll include a link in the description so you can check it out. So you start out with the Rejuvenation Bead because your main goal in the early game is to get that Tiamat, right? That's your main objective. If you get the Tiamat, the quicker the better. That's when you really start popping off, right? In the current meta, that means you're pretty much the strongest thing in the game, right? Because Warwick's really strong. So you win most of the 1v1s, especially if you get a Tiamat early on, but even on the level 3 as Warwick, you win most 1v1s. Against Master Yi, I'm not entirely sure. I mean, I don't play, you have to imagine, I don't play against Master Yi players every time, right? But I'm pretty comfortable that I should get, like, somewhat of a lead on him. I'm being distracted by the thresh bopping back and forth and trying to get to my next point. So, usually you want to just go for a level 3 route, and then just check out what's happening in jungle. I take the Scuttler as well, just because I can clear it so ginormously fast. Right, it's like, it's going to be right here as I clear level 3. It's going to be right here as I step up. Right, and because of that, I can just take it instantly. That does mean you have your E on cooldown, but because you used it at start, that's not a big problem. Also, start W. You start W, because, you know, the math works out. Apparently, if you start W, it's faster than if you start Q. I really don't know how to say it other than that. So usually, let's see. Usually you just go for the wolves, right? Like, you don't do, like raptors or anything in between. You just get that level 3 as quick as you can. With very unusual to have an exception to that rule. Obviously, just weave in the auto attacks and the Qs. The way I clear this camp is a little bit arbitrary. Don't really mind that. It's not really the main focus here. Alright, kite the buff around a little bit, as you do in any jungler. Now, I do want to save my smite in order to apply more pressure to the Master Yi. I'm not looking at the lanes enough. Alright, so I'm looping in from behind here. And I want to blood hunt as late as possible, like right now. And that's the first blood. That's how you play Warwick, baby. And then you can just clean up. I could look for the Master Yi, but I think he's already done with his shit. So I'm just gonna let him do him. Oh, they're both running Ignite. Very big mistake. If your guys are running Ignite, what? Did he not do his red buff? Holy shit. Holy, if I knew that, I could have boned him so hard. I'm gonna run for it. It's 3:17. I don't know the exact timings. I don't know how long it takes for Master Yi to clear that buff. Ah, he's an idiot. See, every good player kites towards this part of the brush. Unless he saw me coming. I should have probably pressed the plant here. Right, so he didn't have any vision on me. Got him. Got him. Alright, a little bit clunky there, not exactly doing that right. I should have pressed the plant, obviously. Should have pressed the plant. I also, as soon as I saw the E, I could have seen he didn't have a red buff. I was like, I just assumed that he has it because no player in the universe would not have it if they had, like, a brain, right? So it's so unexpected that they didn't respond to that quickly enough. But being dynamic is very important. Not Warwick specific, but important nonetheless. Anyway, so that's how you play that, apparently. you misplay it and then make it right. What can I say? I could even go for a better buy here. But I think I'm fine with boots, cloth, and Tiamat. Right? I'm fine with that. Could go for something more there. And go for either a pink ward or get my skirmisher saber. If you ask me which one's better, like what should you get? I mean, the skirmisher saber is a little bit more greedy. Alright. That guy's over there. That means I can just clear this. I can now kill almost anything on the map. So, shouldn't be too big of a problem. Just pull it out, make sure. Make things a little bit easier on me. So, because you have a triple heal, once you start juggling around with that, it's like, I haven't had to juggle around with that ever. Alright, these guys are going ham. Nice, good job. But yeah, you want to make sure, for example, if you have a Q and a smite, it both heals you. You want to do it like this. Like, I'll demonstrate it here. Like, see that? Like, when you combo it like that, you get the bonus heal on both of those. So that's a nice little way to get some extra health. What a funny route by the Master Yi, right? Like how he did the Scuttler. And then showed himself mid. Right? That was just an absolute error on his part. Like, I can dig this kind of route against Warwick, but then showing yourself mid was an absolute blunder. Alright, so, you know, I'm just snacking up on some gold here. Because obviously bot lane is not in a position to gank, right? They just killed their lanes and just shoving in. So, at this one, I'm gonna do a little special tactic. I don't know if this is something advisable, but I'm gonna go with Ninja Tabi. Just get early tier 2 boots. This is just a fun little tactic of mine that I just, like, opt for when I'm in a greedy mood and I don't feel like getting 650 gold right now. Like, I don't feel like going for these captures. I just want my red buff and jump into action, right? Bathing is funny there, what the hell. Alright. Just making sure to check out the lanes. Now, at this point with the Tiamat, I do prefer Raptors over Wolves. All lanes are being... Top lane is the only lane that I can gank right now, so I should make my way there very quickly. I'm just gonna let him know. Communication, also not Warwick specific, just something you want to do in general. I want to burst it down to half HP as quickly as possible. That's why I use Smite there early, right? Since I don't need it for the health. I have enough mana. Make sure that you check out your mana bar, right? Alright, cool. And now I remember that the Master Yi could jump in here. Oh, if he wants to reset the lane, that's fine with me. I'm not sure what he's doing there. I don't know how these minions survived. I thought it was resetting, but it wasn't. So I'm just gonna push this in. Alright, good job. We pushed it in as a good jungler does. Hooray for us. He left the plant up? This guy's some next level shit. Alright, free red buff. Oh, and a double knock-up. This guy does not take us... I haven't checked the elo of the players, so excuse me for that. We might be stomping noobs here. For the lack of a better word. It's just yeah. So, I don't know, I want some more of this Teemo action. Yeah, fuck that. So this guy should now back off, right? Yeah, he's not a complete idiot. That gives me... Oh. Just loop around. You never saw it coming, right? Alright, I don't want to get the Jax killed, so I'm just gonna ult on that. The Jax goes in kind of too soon because I can just 1v1 Teemo. But I understand, like players if I can judge the players in this game, they're probably not very high elo, so they don't know how to, you know, play around that kind of stuff. Just, but yeah, like, if you notice this kind of laning pattern where someone just suicides in, and I don't even know their elo, but I know that they're doing this, right? They're just pulling a Hashinshin every single time. Just keep ganking that. It's an Ignite lane, very high priority. You know, get a shit ton of takedowns early on. Again, as you can tell, like, jungle is just a very generic role. Like, most of the talking points will not be Warwick-specific things. But there are a fair bit of Warwick-specific mechanics that I've talked about. For instance, the smite to half HP when your health bar doesn't matter. So that's not in the early levels, but in later levels, right? Alright. Good job, dude. Alright. Okay, then. And I can bet you 2 cents that when I kill this Herald, this guy's just gonna keep shoving and die again. I can bet you for this one. Yeah. There he is. He's completely and utterly safe, right? Just proc my Tiamat, and that's it. That's how you do it. Like, you just know it, right? You just know it. At this point, it's just fucking predictable. I'm just gonna pop it. I'm just gonna get the first turret, or is it not the first turret? I'm gonna get a turret. Boom. Boom. Holy shit. This might not be the most effective way to do it. In the meanwhile, this guy's just clearing the wave. He's like, I don't give a shit about your turret. Like, GG. Yeah, that is a GG. I do agree with him on that one. Alright. Haha, just combo it so that he can't smite it from over the wall. That's an interaction I learned just today, right? Smiting over the wall. Very real possibility. And once you know how it works, you can play against it. So you could argue that I'm a little bit late on the dragon. I should have already been pressuring the other lane. It's just like, I would rather get that turret here. Even if we lose the Infernal Drake over it, it's still an Ignite laner, like Teemo, that absolutely needs safety and like a lane to farm. Like, he needs to be able to scale. So I'm fine with playing it this way. If they got the Infernal, I wouldn't cry over spilled milk. And it's very hard for the enemy to get it anyway. So I don't evaluate that as a mistake at all. So, in terms of Warwick mechanics, funny thing about Bloodhunt is that it works similar to Kleddle. Like, the speed boost persists for a little bit after the Bloodhunt stops. So that means that if you have Bloodhunt on the left side here, you can just keep orb walking to the left side while you're moving in a different direction. So you can move left, like this, right? Left, left, left. See what I mean? Of course, there's no actual Bloodhunt there right now, but just for demonstration purposes, right? Alright, this is gonna be a fun one. Throw me a lantern, 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 lantern. Okay, or don't. Oh, and then the Janna suicides in. Alright, that works as well. Great, dude. Just quality gameplay. Just by everyone in this game. Holy shit. The Thresh, Janna just walks straight back into 3 people. Damn. Best game to do this demonstration with. Kappa HD. Sorry guys, but that's just gonna be the reality of the situation here. I didn't want to do this in ranked. I'm sorry. Right, just wait for the Master Yi here. Should probably set up this pink board more aggressively in this brush. That's absolute mistake. Completely unnecessary. Okay, the Master Yi's mid, so I can just smite this quite safely. And we just kill this buff. In the way that I talked about earlier. Smite it early. Get its half HP. I use my Tiamat after my Q, so I do Q Tiamat. As you can see, this is just, you know, when you play Warwick like this, like, oh man, can I demonstrate it? Yeah. Well, I have to be a little bit closer to him. As you can see right now, the Bloodhunt is in this direction. So, see that? And now it's gone. So this demonstration was really, really, really awkward. But you can see the point, right? You could see at the end there, you could see me leaping in a different direction. It's just that Bloodhunt has a range, it seems, right? So you can't get it when you're too far away. Right, there's this radius around it. And if you look now, this guy, when he disappears, right? I can spot him, and I get Bloodhunt. So it turns out that the speed boost persists all across the map. But sometimes it seems like you're not getting the speed boost. Look at this. And now the speed boost has disappeared. So it does work the way it's intended to. So I scrapped that last part. The Bloodhunt is global. It's just that whether you can activate it is not global, right? That's this radius. If you hover over it, you can see when you're getting in range. That way you can know when you can use it. You do have to have a little bit of margin because it does have an activation time. And if you try to do it right on the edge, someone might step out of it. So just be aware of that, right? So that's how you can do that. Other than that, something I didn't get to demonstrate in this game. When you throw out the ultimate, you want to make sure that you don't have someone in the back. If you want to use the ultimate forward and someone's standing right in the back of you, you still hit them and you stop immediately. So you have to have that little bit of distance, right? Sometimes it can help to step back then, Q through the target, and then ult on someone else. That kind of play can work out sometimes. It just depends on your positioning. Sometimes you can just walk away from them, of course. Right? Those are the two ways you could do that to get rid of that problem. And just being aware of it is already major help, for me at least. Other than that, one of the last things I want to talk about is how you should use your ultimate. The rule is you should always stall your abilities for as long as you can. Like, you don't want to activate Bloodhunt until you need to, until you think someone's going to step back or you're going to walk in vision. Either one of those two is when you want to activate Bloodhunt, right? And the same thing for your ultimate. You don't want to You don't want to just walk into a lane and ult straight on them if you're moving perpendicular to them, because you can just walk up, because they are moving in a different direction from you. You're cutting them off, right? You're meeting them, which means that you are gaining free distance when you're not using any gap closers. You want to use your gap closers when someone's already tried to escape and now your movement is parallel to them. Right, you're moving in the same direction. That's when you want to use your gap closer. That's for maximum efficiency, because you're not going to get there with regular motion, right? So, stall your abilities for as long as you can. Your ultimate is for when you can't do anything else anymore. You really can't get in Q range. I can't stress that enough. It seems so trivial, but I see so many people just walking in and instantly engaging with ult, when they could have just waited for a Q, right? So, those are pretty much all the concepts I wanted to talk about. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I will do similar kind of content in the future if you enjoyed it. So let me know in the comments what you think. If you liked it, consider leaving a like. If you want to see content similar to anything League related really in the future, then consider subscribing, because I'll just be making a shit ton of that anyway, right? Regardless of what it will be about, it will always be League related. So that's it for this one. See you in the next one.